York's a very special place to me because I lived here as a child and it evokes many happy memories. There are so many things to do and see, but the first port of call for anyone must be the Minster. Isn't it marvellous to look at? It's wonderful. Cold.
Freezing.
Yes, well, they've always said that the reason why it's like that is that the devil is always racing round and round the Minster and trying to get a foot inside, and there's always a wind and it's very, very cold. And in the crypt, you know, there's a little stone imp or devil that it's meant to be that if he smiles at you, that's very lucky.
Did he ever smile at you?
I think he did once. If you like to go and see him, I'll meet you up when I've been to the Mount.
Okay.
All right. Have a nice time. Bye. Did you enjoy the Minster?
I loved it.
It's good, isn't it? This is very much the same as it always was. Some of the streets, I mean, some of the shops, this Mulberry Hall, that was still there, and Banks, the record shop, was at the corner, and Mr. Beale's, the silver shop, was up there. And you know, it was two-way, it wasn't a precinct at all. You could, I mean, and two lots of traffic coming both ways here. We always used to cut through here, too, on our way from home, coming into town.
It's hard to imagine.
Yes, it is. And here, these little alleyways, Bedden and Aldwalk and Mucky Peg's Alley and things like that, my mummy used to know them very, very well, and they were just places that you could cut through. Now, this is St. Helens Square. Terry's, Betty's. Let's go to Betty's and have something if you will. You can have an eclair, your favourite. Now, what would you like?
Chocolate eclair.
Chocolate eclair, is that possible? And I'll have an Earl Grey tea, please. Yeah, we used to meet here in the morning for breakfast, or, well, not breakfast, but perhaps coffee. It's lovely. And we always used to have dances also over there in Terry's. Do you see? It's a menswear shop now. And you know that over there in the Mansion House, over there, that's where they have Richard II's cap of maintenance. You know that cap you always see with that very, very long front to it?
Yes.
That's where they keep it over there. The theatre in York is an attractive enough building, but it's not really the fabric of the building that interested me in my youth, rather the life of the theatre itself. I have very clear memories of it. It had an impact on me I shall never forget. My memories of this theatre, the Theatre Royal York, are not to do with acting here, or even wanting to act. That was long before I'd thought about acting, and I was brought here by my parents to see touring companies of Gilbert and Sullivan, the D'Oyly Carte. And on one memorable occasion, when I was really very small, we sat in a box over here, and I saw Cuckoo in the Nest, which I laughed so much about that my mother thought I was going to be ill, and I was taken home and brought back the next night to see the second half. So that's a little bit that I've shown you of what York meant to me and means to me. I say little bit because my mother was a great York historian, really, and my father was a doctor here in the city. I did know a lot about the city, and I was introduced to it at a very early age. So I suppose there are bits of York all over the city that I could tell you some anecdote about, or something that I remember. What I've loved about being here these few days is that a lot of things have come back to me that I'd forgotten.